Hi and welcome back to our Pitchiers YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you an update on what are the salaries in Australia and in New Zealand for software engineers. It's the time of the year where I'm going to share with you how much money you might be asking in a job interview for a software engineer position, from junior to senior level. I hope you enjoyed the video. The reality is that today, for software engineer roles, when it comes to salary, it's a supply and demand market. There is a shortage of software engineers, so software engineers are saying how much money they want to earn if they want to be tempted to join another company. But let's start with the Australian market and what are the salary ranges as an indicative if you want to learn how much money you should be asking when going to an interview. So the junior software engineers in the Australian market goes from 80 to 90,000 Australian dollars a year. Mid-level and intermediate position for software engineers goes from 90 to 130,000 Australian dollars a year. For senior positions, senior software engineering positions, the salary goes from 130,000 to 170,000 Australian dollars a year. And for principal engineers or technical leads, it goes from 170,000 to 210,000 Australian dollars a year. So let's now think of what it means to be a junior, what it means to be an intermediate, or what it means to be a senior. Let's talk about this concept that I was told by a friend and a software engineer called Mariano. Mariano was talking to me about this concept where you have a problem, you have a solution, and you have to implement that solution. So probably a junior software engineer is someone that it's given the problem and the solution, and with a lot of support, they're going to be doing the implementation. Probably an intermediate developer is someone that they are given the problem, they are helping to come up with a solution, and they are doing most of the implementation on themselves. And a senior is someone that identifies the problem, brings a solution, and help other more junior software engineers to do the implementation. And for some very complex things, they're doing the implementation themselves. So I think this is a good concept to think of instead of only thinking of X amount of years experience, you are junior, X amount of years experience, you are intermediate, and so on with seniors and principal engineers. So I think this is very important when you are thinking of how much money you should be asking. As I'm gonna say now for the New Zealand market, the most important thing is asking the amount of money that you think you deserve, but you have to prove yourself. Let's go to the New Zealand market now. For the New Zealand market, the salary range starts a little bit lower. It probably goes from, for junior software engineers, it goes from 50,000 New Zealand dollars to 80,000 New Zealand dollars a year. From intermediate and mid-level goes from 80,000 to probably 120,000 New Zealand dollars a year. And for senior software engineers, it goes from 120,000 New Zealand dollars a year to probably 160,000 New Zealand dollars a year. As in the Australian market, the seniority is not only reflected by the amount of years of experience you have, but in how you can help the company solve specific problems, considering a problem, a solution, and the implementation, as I said before. Again, all these salary ranges are an indicative. Reality is that today software engineers can say, this is what I want. If you want me to move to your company, this is what you have to offer. But don't be overconfident with this. If you really want to ask high salaries, you will need to prove your technical skills and your communication skills. I hope you have enjoyed this video. It has been useful, and see you next time.